Clouds of dust billowed up to 15,000 feet in the air, shutting off the sun, eventually turning day into night.
Okay, I really can't decide which angle I want. Like if I want this angle or if I want the angle to be on the bed. And this is the first time I'm like filming with a tripod, so things are interesting. Also, my makeup looks horrendous. I don't know what's happening. I wanted it to be more like old Bianca. Like I'll put like the pictures for what I wanted it to be, and it just did not turn out like that. It just turned out ugly. And I can't tell if I like this. Like I feel like I should get one of the rosaries like off my wall and put that on instead. I just like it doesn't need a cross. Like there's just like no need for a cross necklace right now, truly. Okay, hello. I am so excited to film this video that I've been excited to film for like 1.5 years. Okay, I haven't decided what I'm gonna title this, but this is like a video. Okay, and I feel so like fancy important talking to my tripod. Like, okay. This is the video explaining my novel. I literally so excited. Say first that I'm writing, well, I'm technically writing it, but like the whole idea and concept is shared with one of my best friends. I'll put like her and stuff on screen, so if any of the good ideas and you're like, that's such a damn good idea, just know that like she probably came up with it. Like that was probably not my idea. But I just like really don't know where to start, because I feel like this is so like important to me and I want to be able to get it right, and I feel like I won't be able to do my idea justice, but we'll see. And I have, if I keep glancing down, I have the MacBook with me, and I have it open because I have a list of things that like I want to say. Okay, let's talk about the plot first, and then the characters, and then the vibe, and then I'll kind of get into like media and music and inspiration and stuff. Okay, the plot is basically, now hold on, now wait, now this is now where you get locked in, where you get invested. Okay, so basically it's the year 2000. It's like October, I don't know. It's whatever the month like right after Halloween is. I can never remember if Halloween is in October or November. But it's like late fall, early winter. So we're thinking like for the vibe, you're gonna be thinking purple, brown, cream, kind of like dark navy blue, like small town. I'll put some vibe pictures on screen to kind of see, but that is the color palette, kind of muted, cool, and earthy colors, and then just like some normal cream sort of deal with the colors. Small town, the year 2000, in a town called Woodrow in Alabama. I feel like I'm giving too much away already. Like I feel like I want it to be at least a little bit secretive. But basically it's like a dead end town. Like this, I just can't describe it. Like this town that has like no prospects, nothing. Like you only live there, like no one moves there, like you only live there if you were born there. you only live there if you were born there. You know what I mean? Like, no one new comes to town. Like, it's just full of the same people that it's always been full of. It's like their best accomplishment is like their high school football team, okay? And these killings start happening in the town, and basically like things ensue from there. Like, I'm calling it my 2000s slasher, like horror romance. I don't know. I feel like so silly because I can't think of like what I want to say to get the vibe out, but that's like the general plot, like small town slasher basically. Okay, looking at the Google Doc right now to kind of understand what I'm thinking. Okay, so because I think that'll make a lot more sense than it's been making right now. The main character, his name is Charlie. Okay, does he have a last name? Not at the moment. No, not at the moment. He does not. Okay, so the main character is Charlie. He's 18. He is a high school senior, obviously going into, his last year of high school. He is kind of, I would describe him as kind of being a loner. He's a bit of a loser. Just, ew, he's a loner, he's a loser. He is alone a lot of the time. He has technically like 2 friends, but he doesn't really talk to people. He's a stoner. He just like smokes weed. He's super into true crime. He's just kind of like, I don't know, like an outcast. Like, he's just not someone with a ton of friends. So much. I feel like I'm just repeating the same things because I'm having a hard time like explaining his character. His parents are not like very good people, not like abusive, like not like comically like they like beat him, but they're just kind of like neglectful people. Like, he just like has a like harsh relationship with them, I guess, because they're not like the kind of like 12-year-old OCs where it's like, oh yeah, his dad hits him. More just like people who like, can you tell that like I'm such at a loss for words? Like, I'm so glad I wrote this little note for myself to remind myself. They're just like people that like he always wanted a lot of like love and care from them, and they never like gave it to him, so he like has a hard time forming like relationships with other people basically. And that relationship with his parents kind of influences like a lot of who he is and like his relationship with others throughout the book basically. And I would say that's like a very central point to understanding his character, is understanding how he interacts with his parents. I think that's like for most of the characters in this book, is that if you can understand how they interact with the other characters and like how their relationships are with other people, you can kind of understand their character, because all the people in this book are super influenced by everyone around them and just by like all the people around them and like how they form relationships with people. Charlie is described by me. I'm gonna pull up some face card pictures of him. Lee Winnell from Saw, obviously from Saw, obviously. Okay, this picture, very Charlie. Okay, I hope you guys understand. I hope you guys sort of understand where I'm coming from. Okay, these pictures, very Charlie. Okay, this picture of Hugh Darcy in the glasses, so Charlie, because I imagine Charlie to have glasses or contacts, and a lot of acne. So this is like kind of another perfect, like Hugh and Lee mixed together are like the perfect representation of how he looks in my mind. And this one a little bit this one is more like my friend's character, but I kind of see a little bit of inspiration just for like this one shot of him. I don't think he's super, yeah, like a little bit of his influence, but more the other two are how I really imagine him to look, with a lot of acne, and he wears glasses, but he's like obviously very cute, you know, kind of curly brown hair. I just have always pictured him to be someone who has a hard time forming relationships with people, but I think of him as being a very caring person, but due to the manner and way he interacts with people and people have interacted with him, he doesn't really view himself to be like that, even though he definitely is. Yeah, that is the main character. Oh my god. He's my favorite. I love him. I love writing people who have like these kind of dynamics and personality traits with people, because I just think it makes it so fun. The next, the other main character, like his love interest, I find a lot harder to nail down his. Oh, I should say a little bit more about Charlie, is that Charlie basically is super into true crime, and so he kind of meets this love interest through a little bit of feeling kind of left out and feeling like he doesn't have a lot of people to confide in, and also because he's very into true crime and into horror and stuff like that, and that interest manifests when these killings start happening in town, and he like finds this other person to be kind of like an outlet where he can kind of explain, like where he can like he meets this other person, and originally he hits it off because this other person is very connected to crime and he likes that, and then they obviously like hit off in a different way. Okay, the other person is, his name's Ben and Charlie. Guys, okay, like Ben is a detective who Charlie meets through his mother, because his mother is a nurse, and when the killing starts happening, Ben comes to the like hospital to kind of like investigate and stuff, and he meets his mother through there, and they kind of already knew each other through various incidents that have happened in the town. And anyway, that's kind of how Charlie meets him. I couldn't describe much about him, but his face card, his face claim is, I'm trying to find the best picture of him. I don't really imagine Ben wearing glasses. No, okay. This is the best picture of him. The face claim is Mads Mikkelsen, obviously. And if you're like, oh, you're ripping off Hannibal, well, I've never seen Hannibal, so. Okay, this is the picture that I would most use to describe him. I'll put like some inspiration pictures on the screen, obviously, but I'm trying to find other good pictures. Like, I think that, guys, that this is another incredible picture to describe like how he looks. We've gotten like barely nailed down the aesthetic of him. That's fine, it's not for today to deal with, but he is like, I guess he comes off as like very work focused, Ben does, but he's really, this is gonna have the exact same description as Charlie, but he's a super caring person. Like, he is really kind of a funny and like silly guy, and he is super caring, and he's like really nice to Charlie. Like, when they first meet, he's always asking him all these questions, and he's like, oh, like, they're just kind of meeting, getting together and stuff, just like saying hi. I feel like their dynamic is so perfect because, as I said earlier, if you like, the relationships that characters have to other people is so influential to who they are as a character. So the relationship that Ben and Charlie have is so like impactful because I'm finding such a hard way to describe it. It's so impactful because Charlie has had a lot of, like, I'm trying to find a good way to describe it. Like, Ben represents a lot of the people in his life if those people had like done him good instead of the way they had actually done him. And I like that a lot because I don't know, I just think it's a cute dynamic. I wish I could explain more about it. I feel like I'm having such a hard time explaining it. I'm gonna quickly explain some of the side characters. I'm gonna really quickly explain them. Okay, so Charlie has one friend and her name is Donna. Donna is such an angel. She's like 2000 baby sort of deal. She's just like very sweet. People think she's like a bit ugly and weird, and she's a big reader, and this makes me sound like a 12-year-old OC, but she's just like a friend, and they've kind of known each other for a while and hit it off. This is how I would describe her. I'm gonna go quickly through both of the side characters because she's not like very important, and I hate the way that I'm making her sound like so corny. Okay, so the other character is Ronan. Ronan is, okay, sorry, I'm trying to find, just you wait. He's actually one of my favorite characters, despite being not the best person. This is the guy that Charlie has kind of been like on and off dating for a while. I feel like obviously it's evident, but like, have I mentioned Yowie? Like, guys. But Ronan is a person that Charlie has been on and off dating, and he's like also comes from like not the best home, but kind of like in a different way, which I'm not going to expand on it because his lore is pretty interesting to the plot, so I'm not really going to say a lot about it. He's such an interesting character to me. I just love like everything about him. Like, he's such a perfect character because there's so much like depth and interest to his character. And sorry, I'm finding really hard ways to say this, but he is not the best person to Charlie, but he kind of tries his best, and I would say that there's like a lot of things about him that like are beyond his control, which kind of make him the way he is, and this is how I would describe him. And I will put my other inspo pictures for him on the screen right now, and from that you can see exactly the kind of person he is. I feel like I want to put every picture from this board because they're all so perfect. Like, oh, he's guys, I love him so much. But yeah, him and Charlie have like a really interesting relationship, which I feel like you guys will like that relationship a lot. I'm trying to find some other ways. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? I'm going to talk about the music that influenced me, and then the media that influenced me, and then I'm going to give a quick sample rating, and that will be all. Take notes on the music because music is so important to the vibe, okay? Take notes, get your get your notepads out, like if you're interested in the Breaking Point vibe at all. Okay. Music. Let's talk first ultraviolence. Okay, are they in an abusive relationship? No. But is ultraviolence the sort of theme? Well, yes. Okay. You ask why? Why? Because Brooklyn Baby, she is their damn song. That shit is Ben and Charlie. Like, you guys don't understand. You don't understand. You don't get it. It is their song. It is. Okay. Okay, hello. Yes, but early Lana, not Lana now. Maybe Chemtrails, Born to Die, and Chemtrails, and then Ultraviolence and Below, all Breaking Point. Anything other than that is not Breaking Point at all. Well, except for Stove. Stove is Breaking Point. Do we see like country Americana sort of vibes? I feel like every song from Ultraviolence is added to the Breaking Point playlist. I might have some screenshots of the playlist here, but like I can't capture the vibe, but just like it's not like the cheating on, like being the other woman. It's not like abusive relationship. It's not like mob. It's not like any of that. But if you get like the other essence of ultraviolence, which I can't explain, but that is Breaking Point. Okay, this is gonna be the most influential of the Breaking Point. Ethel Cain, and not Preacher's Daughter. Well, Preacher's Daughter is good. It is not what we want. The Ethel Cain music that I think is most fitting for Breaking Point is Willoughby Tucker. Dust Bowl, Tempest, Radio Towers, the whole album of Willoughby Tucker is so Breaking Point. Like I can't begin to... The whole album of Willoughby Tucker is so Breaking Point. I feel like I want to put lyrics on screen to show you, but it's like every lyric from every song is that like Willoughby Tucker makes me think of at night when it's raining, in the train yard, old abandoned, Appalachia. Like that's what it has always made me think of when I listen to that album. Like that is literally Breaking Point. And if okay, I'm gonna name off just some other kind of artists altogether because I don't think I can go into in-depth for all of them. The Smiths, Nirvana, Hole, like oldies like the Priscilla soundtrack, and then old jazz music is all incredibly Breaking Point. Just the 90s grunge and then the 50s love song, because Charlie is 90s grunge alt music and Ben is oldies and jazz music, and that combined is like the Breaking Point vibe, if you sort of understand. Okay, this is the part that I'm most excited for. This is media to consume if you want the Breaking Point vibe. Okay, I will try to go in depth for all of this, and if I don't, it's just because I've run out of time, but I just hope that you know that almost every piece of media is as influential as the other one is, and they all fit into it perfectly. Okay. This first one is Wattpad stories, of which I will put the ones on screen. Valentine and Poacher's Pride. These are, I liked them in like 8th grade, so the writing's like not the best anymore, but it is still something that I think about a lot in terms of, because the way this person writes, I'll put some screenshots of their writing on screen, is a way that I wanted my writing to sound for a while, just because I thought it was very beautiful. It's a lot of teenage drug experimentation, early scenes of euphoria, like bloody noses, black eyes, like pill addictions, Florida, and unhealthy relationships. And although it's not set in Florida and set in the fall, that is perfectly how I see Breaking Point in a lot of it. And I think it's like one of the most perfect kind of transitions to Breaking Point for me personally. Okay. Sharp Objects. I have not seen the show, but the book, so influential to Breaking Point. So much of Breaking Point is just like, it is Sharp Objects. Like, Ronan is like Amma. Like, Ronan's relationship with his father, it's like Amma's relationship with her mother. The way that, like, just her psyche and the way that she portrays to everyone else, and then the internal conflict she's feeling about wanting to be wanted, is exactly how I view Ronan. And for Valentine and Poacher's Pride is also how I view Ronan a lot, of this unhealthy relationship, but it is not about the person, it's more about the circumstances that they're put into. If Ronan is Amma, then Camille is Charlie. I think that those first few pages where she's getting in and she's reporting and she's going behind the, like, to the creek to like look at that girl's body and talking about that, that is incredibly Breaking Point. Like, Sharp Objects is so important to Breaking Point. Saw, this is more for the dynamic, the relationship between Adam and Lawrence. Very Breaking Point. Obviously, Lee, the face cast, came from Saw, and just kind of the way it made me feel is what drew me to it. Twilight, I haven't seen all of it or watched or read any of the books, but small town, that vibe, something bad is happening, you feel like an outcast, a loner, a loser, there's no one to talk to, you are doing a lot of these things on your own, you can't share these feelings with your friends or your parents. That very Breaking Point is kind of why I thought of it. Hannibal, again, haven't seen it, but both face cards and a little bit of their dynamic, how I see Ben and Charlie. Last one, Compound Fracture. It's a book, not to be this person, but it is kind of niche. You probably haven't heard of it. But small town Appalachia, experimenting with drugs, death, killing, the blood feud. The relationship between Cooper and Miles is exactly how I picture Ronan and Charlie to be. Ronan and Charlie are Miles and Cooper in another universe. I think that is all of those pieces of media, specifically Valentine, Poacher's Pride, Sharp Objects, and Compound Fracture, are incredibly Breaking Point. Media is a really important part of my process to write and just to do things in general. So if you are wanting to read Breaking Point, but obviously you can't right now, I would consume some of that media because it really reminds me of it. Okay, I'm going to read you the beginning of Breaking Point, the before chapter, like a little prelude kind of, which is super embarrassing and something I'm super nervous about because I don't like sharing my writing to the world, but I thought I would do it. And mind you, this writing is not, this is not edited, this is not polished, this is not like a fair representation of my writing. Okay, again, unedited, so do it. And I'll probably be putting like a vibe picture on screen because I feel super embarrassed to, okay. Before, death settled on us before the killings even started, and yet our town was only ever talked about after the tragedy. At least that's when the real buzz hit the nation. Color photos in the newspaper with big black lettering crisp on the front page, or blurry murder photos in web crime blogs. Tragedy hits Midwest town, grief hits nation. The after never mattered. It was over, why would you fixate on it now? It was the before that rocked me, before every killing, when this town was nothing still. I was obsessed with the before, because of how permanent it was. Like the morning of a snowfall, when you watch but have not made the footprints. Like something you cannot undo, untouched, only to be observed in memory. Time flattened into the most beautiful thing. The middle of November with crisp, cold mornings and red noses. The season had already settled into boots, scarves, and gloves. Shades of brown and deep purple into the night when I was primarily awake and alert. Plum purples and reds from the apple orchards. Again, that cold in the morning. Our house had no heating, so I recall the cold as a striking detail. The baby blue bathroom tile in the morning, ice cold, wandering around the house in sweats. And of course, the house I remember, a suburban thing. 2 floors, paint peeling white with an awning, and a wraparound porch, delicate wisteria once kept up by my mother, now wilting and twisting every which way. My room, 2nd floor on the left if you were looking from outside. That haunted place, that creaked floor, the heating, everything. 3 ghosts lived in that place. Even still, every room choked with memory. I still observe the past with the excitement of a child. Why? Because thinking back on it then, I could recall everything down to the exact moment it all begun. Okay, I hate that. Anyway, I hope you liked that video. It is not something I usually post. I don't think it'll get a lot of views, but it's kind of something that's really important to me. My novel, if you watch this far, thank you, you're getting me watch time. Comment who you think your favorite character is going to be. That was stupid. Oh my god. Comment